So some of the things I think people need to think about when shooting from a saddle versus a lock-on or ladder stand or even a climber is, you know, and when you're in a lock-on, you pretty much have free reign of where you can shoot and turn, except for maybe directly behind you, right? In a saddle, you're in a more ready position, but your 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock can be really tough if you don't have a plan beforehand, right? So my first thing would be get in a saddle if you're planning on hunting out of one, and spend some time shooting all the different angles and scenarios, or at least drawing back and practicing moving to get into those positions. So like if I'm in a saddle and I'm just sitting there and he comes from 12 to 6, I don't even have to move. You know, it's perfect. We're in a lock on, you got to stand up, get your bow, all that stuff. So I feel like a saddle is way more stealthy from that perspective. But it's over here where I've got my ropes and my bridge coming down. I like to stand up, tuck those, and shoot back this way. Some guys will cross over. My bow's always too long, I feel like. It's just more comfortable for me to tuck and turn. Still staying tight to the tree, not a lot of movement. That's one of the reasons I use their Mission platform from Trophy Line. It's a little bit bigger and I've got big feet, so it's easier for me to stand up on and make that turn. So my biggest fear with a saddle beforehand was I spent my whole life becoming the best shot I can be, extending my range constantly, pushing the limits, and now am I going to cut all that back down because I'm in this saddle where I'm kind of hanging suspended almost from the tree. And I'll be honest, the first week was a struggle. I didn't know. I was like, me and Michael were both like, I don't know if this is gonna work, you know, but it was just a learning curve of where the height to set my, you know, the bridge, the length, everything to be in a good position. And the main thing I learned is I can actually shoot better from a saddle than I could standing on a platform. But what I have to do is lock my knee into the tree. And so I started taking a cushion, like a little seat cushion with a strap. I'd cut 2 slits in it, run a strap through, strap around a tree, and then I'm always have that third point, you know, my feet on the platform, your tether, and then your knees. And something about having that saddle that locks in your core, when you put those knees against a tree, I can aim way steadier than if I'm standing all nervous on a platform. So I feel like this year I probably made the best shots of my life on animals. And I think it's just, you're so stable, you're almost like locked in and can't move once you hit full draw. So yes, it's directly, probably like from a shooting standpoint, it would be here. Like, so if I'm facing the tree, it would be like 5 o'clock. And I had to shoot a deer, and only if you get caught off guard or like in the rut, the deer's moving, chasing a doe. So like last year in Mississippi, if you watch the show, or maybe you guys will have this footage on here, the buck, my #1 target buck, really the only one I thought about, chasing a doe, like I'm talking about like hard chasing, like grunting every breath. So I'm here, like in position to shoot here, and all of a sudden he's coming on a trail that's like 10 yards. I'm thinking, cake. Well, like they do, the doe darts left, he darts left, I hit full draw and I'm solely suspended, no contact. I'm just hanging out over the woods, turning and stop him here, you know, completely turned around. But even there, you know, that could happen in a lock-on. You know, you get caught on one side of the tree and have to shoot from a weird position. So nothing's perfect. There can be awkward situations, tough shots. But for me, I feel like, you know, everybody's like, I feel like it's too much movement up in a tree. But what I can do different now is I'm using the tree for cover all the time. So if I think this is where the deer are bedding and they're coming out of here, I'll set up with a tree between me and that, but I'm peeking around the tree. So like I can get away with so much more, where if you get caught sitting down, you turn around, there's a deer coming in, you're handcuffed. You know, I just feel like overall, it's a way more stealthy way to hunt.